How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, earlier today we saw the squad list for the upcoming game between England and France A to play each other, and there's a little bit to go through here, so I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Who makes your starting 23 for each respective team? And yeah, let's get into it. So all the good stuff, like and subscribe, and let's get into the squads. So starting off with England, there is quite a few elite level talents here. I'm so happy to see Max Ajomo part of the squad, Noah Kalori part of the squad. I think he's actually going to end up getting himself a starting place when they do play each other. But this is very Leicester and Sarri's dominant. They've got a lot of talent here. They've got a little bit of experience, a little bit of youth. I mean, you take a look at Jamie George, who's more than likely going to be starting, and he will end up captaining the side eventually. But you got the likes of Ollie Chessum, you've got Joe Hayes, you've got Harry Randall, Rafi Quirk, Benhard Janssen van Rensburg, which is going to be a big player. I think with all the hype that's been going around, he has to be starting here. He has to be starting. A lot of people are saying that he is England's best centre, which I don't feel that is true when you have the likes of Dingwall, Ajomo, you have the likes of Ollie Lawrence and so on. So I think he's still a little bit off from the best player, from the best centre that they do have available, but definitely very talented. Obviously Adam Radwan, Freddie Stewart, Seb Atkinson, Marcus Smith, George Ford, they got so much talent in and around the squad, and they've got just enough to be able to get past this French side, which you're going to see is a very strong side. But otherwise, from top to bottom, they've got a lot of talent. I'm really hoping to see a little bit of Archie van der Vlier, who I think is the little brother of Josh van der Vlier, which is really going to be interesting to see how that goes up. Hopefully they start getting game time against each other. Oh, that'd be fantastic. But one of the big players that I'm looking forward to seeing is Asher Poku Fojor. He's by far one of the best up and coming props that's in and around the squad, and I think he is going to start tearing up the game once he gets a little bit more game time. So there's quite a few players on this list which I want to see more from. I want to see more Jack Kenningham. I want to see more Hugh Tizard. I want to see more Ewells. I want to see Vilike Sasela. All of these players I want to see more of, because they've got so much talent and they need to start prepping for the future. And as long as Borthwick keeps sticking to his old guard, and if he continues to do that up against South Africa later, he is going to get smacked hard. So yeah, very interesting side, very dominated by Leicester and the Sarries. I don't think there's a single Saints player here at all. But yeah, let's hope for the best. I cannot wait to see how this is going to line up. I'm probably going to make a video later breaking down who I think is going to be the starting 23. But yeah, I'd love to know what's yours. Let's get into France now. Now, again, this one is very dominated by Bordeaux-Bègles. A lot of top tier talent. I want to see Falatea. Sepili Falatea, he is an absolute beast. So hopefully we're going to see a bit more of him. Obviously, Maxime Lemotte, he's just in and around the tries, one of the most scary hookers that you are going to be finding. But they've got so much talent here. Deporter, Mofana, they've got Pierre Bocaton, they've got Gazzotti, Timo Mathieu. So, a lot of top tier talent that's going to be coming from France here. So definitely not to be slept on. But then there's other players that I'm really looking forward to seeing. It's players like Massa, Staniforth. Staniforth wasn't even in the stratosphere for me. He's a name that just completely caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting him anywhere near the squad, but he's part of theirs. Ambandiang, obviously Boire, Louis Lebrun, Axel Desperet. So, there is so much quick play here, and this England side is going to have a lot to handle, because more than likely Nolan Nagarek, he is going to be starting, and when he gets going, he is damn near enough impossible to stop. He is so quick on top of that, on top of everything. His hands are quick, his feet are quick, but most of all, it's what's up here. This is one of the things that scares me so much. When you have a player like Nolan Nagarek on the field, he is very scary, and you got to think the only reason he doesn't play for, the top tier, the A, the big squad, is because of the talent that's in front of him. The talent that's in front of him is just outrageous, so he is one of those talents that he could probably make it into any single squad bar South Africa. Or even South Africa, I think he'll still be part of the setup when it comes out to South Africa. Like, he is serious talent. Then you got talent like Mikael Giard on there as well. Regis Montagna. They've got Rediwodi, and it's like, oh my God, this is scary. Scary. Kylian Tixeron, Esteban Capilla. I want to see him play. He is like, they've got power, they've got speed. But it's that play. It's that rhythm that this French side get. And then you got to think, all of these players still don't necessarily majorly affect, the actual France side. Like, there are some players here that are regulars, in France. But if any of these had to get injured tomorrow, France wouldn't be that badly affected, if that makes sense, It's like, this is still a French side that is developing, that's getting bigger and better, and they got like a lot of young talent here, but they still have so much more to be able to offer, so much more to be able to give. And that is just what's scary, because when you have people like Baptiste Janot, you have people like Nolan Garec, Antoine Hastoy, Fabien Brau-Bourret, who I didn't even know about Brau-Bourret before the Six Nations. You look at how good Pau have been playing this year, and it kind of goes to show with the amount of players that they have here. And then they still have so much more talent that isn't even part of this list. So just imagine the list that's going to be coming up. Just imagine the headache that Fabien Galtier is going to have once he actually needs to pick a proper touring squad. It's like, wow. The Nations Championship, he's going to be sending a whole bunch of 21, 22-year-old players down south. Just go, enjoy, play, build, and just make us better. And then when it comes down up to the north, he's going to be hitting the big dogs. This is where we're going to start to see Antoine Dupont, Maxime Lucu, Louis Bielbiaré, you're going to be having all of these monsters now come, and now you're giving all of these young players development time. Come on. It just goes to show that when you have this much talent, it's all about managing them correctly. And this is exactly what Fabien Galtier is doing. He's managing them correctly, using the squad, using his experience, bringing up the youngsters, because there's so many young players here that is just prodigy level. They're prodigal. They just need time. And this is exactly what he's doing. He's giving them the confidence. He doesn't necessarily care about that win-loss record. He's building for next year. And I really hope this England side is doing this the same. There's a lot of talent here. Nick Esikwe, Charlie Ewells, Jack Kenningham aren't necessarily part of the squad, on a regular basis. I want to see how Janse van Rensburg plays. I want to see Archie van der Vlier get game time. George Klosker needs game time. Jamie Blamire has been in the absolute form of his life, and he has been playing so well that I truly do feel that he should get the starting spot when it comes down to playing up against South Africa. I think he should be the starting hooker to play for England. They've got so much talent here. It's just, how is it going to be used? How are they going to be utilized? How are they going to be managed? So, yeah, I cannot wait for this. Guys, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If you're French, I would love to know who's your starting 23 here. If you're English, I'd love to know who's your starting 23. And overall, who would make your overall 23, between both teams. So drop your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Like and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.